Hello again, fellow RC enthusiasts. It's your host, Tom Cogswell, again from Horizon Hobby and SpektrumRC, here for another IX20 instructional video. In this video, I want to quickly go over to you guys how to power on, power off, and how to use the sleep mode function on your IX20. The power on and power off is much like turning off and on your home computer or your cell phone. It takes a little bit longer to turn on and it takes a little bit longer to turn off. But luckily, there is a sleep mode function, which is an instant on and off power saving technique. So let's go ahead and jump down to the table and we'll see how that works. So we got our IX20 here, and it is currently in the sleep mode, or the hibernate function right now. So it's not drawing any power, or very little power out of the battery on it. And it does have a 10,000 and I think it's like 10,600 milliamp pack for the battery. So it does last a very long time. But we do recommend that you turn it off and on when you're not flying. But if you're between flights, or you're out the field and you're just chatting it up with your buddies, sleep mode is perfectly adequate and a great way for you to be able to turn off your radio and turn it back on without having to wait for it to power off and power on. So let's go ahead and bring it out of sleep just by hitting the button. And after a moment, it'll come on. So it goes on to the model that you're on and then powers on. You'll see that the power LEDs are on, even the one on the side. That means that RF is being transmitted. And if we wanted to go to the sleep mode, the easiest way to get to sleep mode, let's say you go fly and you're done flying, is to double tap the power button, just like I did there. And then you have this big orange quick sleep button. If you just press and hold on that button, it'll go to sleep. You'll see the bars pulse for a moment. They'll probably pulse for about 30 seconds. That means it's going into hibernate mode. And then they'll blink to turn off. Just like that. So now it's in full sleep mode. And like I said, you just tap it to bring it back out. Okay, so there are a couple of different things that you can change about the sleep mode. If we go to System Configuration and you swipe all the way down, you can change how the sleep mode screen is triggered. Double click is the default, but you can just go to a single click. So if we go back to the main screen and just tap it once, it'll bring up that same screen as if I had tapped it twice before. Once again, you can hit the quick sleep function. Another thing that you can do, that let's say you just want to keep the screen on, but you want to turn RF off or turn Wi-Fi on, things like that, you can do that with these little sliders here. So if I turn that off, but I leave the screen on and hold apply, now the RF is off. You'll see that the LED is off, but you can still change settings on your model. Tap again, turn RF back on, hit apply, and the RF turns back on. Let's say we want to power down our radio. You want to press and hold, and you'll have power off. Best not to press and hold power off, because it'll say, do you want to reboot in safe mode? No, of course we don't. We're just going to hit cancel, and you just tap power off. And after a few moments, it'll shut the radio completely down. Like I said, power off at the end of the night or at the end of the flying day, and power back on at the beginning. And if we wanted to power back on, it'll take normally about 30 to 50 seconds to come all the way back on. Much like your computer or your cell phone, it has a bit of a boot up process. And there you have it. That's how you use the quick sleep function and the sleep functions in the radio, and a good explanation as to when and why to turn off and on your IX20 radio. Hopefully that was informative for you guys. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe to this channel so you can stay up to date with everything Spektrum and IX20 related. Thanks again, and happy flying, guys. See you next time.